It's rainy season in South Florida. Are your culverts and swales up to par? Find out next on Inside St. Lucie. Hello and welcome to this edition of Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County. And on today's show, we're going to talk about drainage as we enter the rainy season here in St. Lucie County with my special guest, James Lappert, the Division Director for St. Lucie County's Water Quality Division, and St. Lucie County Commissioner Franny Hutchinson. But before we meet our guests, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners. A reminder that St. Lucie County Libraries are offering their summer reading challenges with virtual logs and arts and crafts projects that parents can pick up at all 6 branch libraries and do at home with their children. The library system is also partnering with the Treasure Coast Food Bank to provide bagged lunches for those families in need. For more details, visit stlucieco.gov/library. All 3 St. Lucie County public pools are open for the summer, weather permitting. To find out more about hours, prices, and swim lessons, visit stlucieco.gov/aquatics. Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send me an email at pio@stlucieco.org. We'll be happy to include you. We're also on social media, so I hope you'll follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Nextdoor. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats with another St. Lucie Works. With the pandemic slowing and the number of people being vaccinated increasing, St. Lucie County's bed tax revenue showed major improvements in April, with revenue up 95% compared to the same time last year. Overall building activity dropped by 16% in April, with 1,139 permits submitted compared to March, but overall permit submissions for the year remain well above average. The housing market remains strong. According to the Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County in April was $244,400, up 20% from last year, while condo values rose by 9% with the median price at $238,500. St. Lucie's unemployment rate increased slightly in April to 5.4% compared to March's 5.3%. Statewide, the unemployment rate was 5%. The largest increase in the Treasure Coast labor force was in leisure and hospitality with 9,600 new jobs, followed by professional services with 5,000 new jobs, and education and health services with 2,800 new positions. Government had the biggest decrease during that time frame. If you work for a local business looking for skilled or trained labor, be sure to contact the staff at CareerSource as they can assist your company with its recruitment and training needs. And if you're an individual looking for a job, they can help you as well. Visit the CareerSource online at careersourcerc.com or call 1-866-4U2-HIRE. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill, and I'm joined by St. Lucie County Commissioner Franny Hutchinson and James with our Water Quality Division. Thank you both for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
And it's a timely topic because we're finally starting to get into the rainy season, which was a slow start compared to last summer, which, we had 21 inches of rain above normal, Jim?
Late in the year.
Yeah.
Late in the year, which was much later than typically we get in this part of Florida. So
yeah.
We're prepared this time.
Well, we say that, but you never know when these flash floods come up.
Well, you get all the warnings like just this past week. You're going to get no lip rain, then you're going to get a lot, and then all of a sudden the sun's shining, and it's like, what happened to it?
I know we go from
it's circled around us.
High heat index, wildfire risk to inundated with mosquitoes and everything else, right?
It's funny when I have these conversations with people, I often say, welcome to South Florida.
Yeah.
True.
Because that's the way it is here. It's subtropical, and as we all know, things can change on a dime. So we try to be prepared.
Yeah.
We're doing a great job of it, too, by the way. We've come a long way.
And we know the commissioner's background, but let's because you're fairly new with the county.
I am. I've been in this business, the environmental science business, about 30 years. Started actually here at Harbor Branch when I was a kid. Awesome. And then throughout the state, just going where the work was, ended up working on the Gulf Horizon oil spill. Spent much of my time then working for the South Florida Water Management District, and now I've come aboard with you guys. So I'm hoping to take those experiences and share them with the county now.
How's that different from South Florida Water Management to working for St. Lucie County? What's the biggest difference?
I think the biggest change that I've come with this new position is I'm much more in the public eye. I laugh with my staff all the time. Back in the day, my biggest criticizers were the alligators and the raccoons watching me. And now, I'm at people's homes all the time, and I'm really enjoying it because it's really, it's more of a direct influence on the folks that live here. And I feel like the work we're doing is exceedingly important. We're trying to keep people dry. And so when you do that for folks, I think there's a real reward to that. And I'm finding that reward factor to be a great thing in the workplace.
Awesome. And Commissioner, you've got experience too as a county commissioner, erosion district manager, which is different from water quality, but it ties,
It does all tie together.
It does tie together. You do a lot of
Water
state
keeps
agencies.
running, no matter what.
Exactly. And you've seen over the years some of our older neighborhoods where we're still working through going in and doing retrofits with additional stormwater retention areas.
And we've gotten some great ones that we've got up and running and so forth. And what a lot of people don't understand, that's usually we have to partner with usually another group to buy the property and so forth. Then there's the construction of the site itself, which takes a lot of time to get through the process, if you will. I think sometimes government ties its own hands when it comes to that, but that's a subject for another day. So yes, and then by the time it's up and running, and sometimes you can't do them fast enough for some of the rain occurrences that we've had in the past, but that doesn't mean we've not moved forward on them. Some things people don't realize that there's a lot of work ahead of time before you actually see that finished product and what it can gain the neighborhood.
Sure.
Type of thing. So there are many projects that we've come on board with in the past several years, just as there are many that are in the plans right now. Some of them have been phased, like Indian River Estates is one. Mm-hmm. I think it started out as a 7-phase project, if you will, and we've been putting the money aside and moving forward with phase 3 at this point, which is going to really, to me, that's the one that'll start tipping it over to some of the flooding issues there. And then besides that, the tie-ins with the great work that the staff is doing and meeting with North St. Lucie River District, South Florida, and all of our partners. And I'll stay on the Indian River Estates one for just a minute. There's Hog Pen Slough, which is where all that water from that end flows down to and eventually makes it that way from Port St. Lucie, the unincorporated, and the city of Fort Pierce, actually. And it meets up with Martin County. So there's been a lot of people in the past 2 years, I think, that have come to the table trying to get some direction on what do we need to do. And I think there's a task force that have been meeting. We're moving forward with what I hope the end result will be, that we're going to find out we need to either redesign or redo the plumbing part of Hog Pen Slough to get some of that water. You're nodding your head, yes, so I'm on the right track here.
We are very hopeful to make great strides in the next couple of years at the Hog Pen, correct?
Yeah.
So, and I think you'll see a huge effect on that. But again, it would be that partnership that we normally do with many of the agencies, along with getting everything retrofitted into prior to that actually coming on.
And that's one of the challenges too. I know you mentioned some of those agencies, and people don't realize one of the delays is coordination between the independent taxi, whether it's Fort Pierce Farms or North Florida, South Florida Water Management District, state agencies like
That was
Savannah's.
the Savannah's is a state park one
Yes.
that we have to work with them on.
Exactly. So there's a lot more players at the table that all have to.
DEP, all of it. They all come into.
Well, one of the things, during the rainy season, we get those calls from residents to say, my yard's flooded because there's water in their swale. But that's what it's designed to do. Ultimately, it's designed to move the water, but a lot of times we're running into, James, culverts that have failed under people's driveways, or people over the years, they didn't realize I was supposed to maintain that swale, so I just filled it in because it's tough to mow through. And so how are we addressing that from the county staff?
It's a great question. As a county, we are spending lots of time and energy and money reprofiling our drainage swales throughout the county. We know how important it is. We have to have the water moving towards the rivers or it backs up, and that becomes a problem like you described. I think it's important to mention, though, with these swales that when you have a little bit of water left behind after a storm, that's actually a really good thing. Because keep in mind what we're doing here, we're not only trying to move the water out to the river to keep people dry, but we're also trying to improve water quality in the county. And if you think about what happens, if it rains and most of your water runs through the culvert and the swales out to the river, but you have that little 2 inches left behind for a day or two, think about all the nutrients that were in that water that ran off the streets and ran off pavement. And so rather than that excessive nutrient ending up in the river, the way the county does its drainage, we let that sit for a day or so. And so people will see that and say, wow, I got water in my swell, but a day or two later it's gone. And all that nutrient that was left behind actually never ends up in the river. So not only are we improving the drainage, we're actually improving the water quality in the county that way.
Yeah.
The challenge that we run into is this. We do all this work on the swales, but part of that drainage system is actually the driveway culverts, the pipes that run under people's properties. And it becomes a surprise to a lot of people when they realize that those culverts are actually the ownership and the responsibility of the homeowner. And so as a county, we will do the swales in front of people's houses in the right of way, but we need help from the folks that live there to do the culverts.
Underneath the concrete.
Correct, because we can dig all the swales we want, but if you have a clogged pipe under a driveway, the water backs up and then the community floods. And so we're working hard to try to not only educate folks on how to keep your culverts clean and keep the water moving, but we're also coming up with resources for county residents to actually help them with that procedure. And we're excited to announce that kind of here at the conversation today.
Yeah.
Commissioner, do you want to talk about the
'cause
culvert
the board
assistance
has a
program?
Well,
for a
you just
minute?
set that one right up.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, it's one I'm really excited about because the issue for a lot of people when they find out they have a failed culvert is how much is this going to cost?
Sure. Every
and
homeowner.
that ends up delaying a lot of the repairs because it's not cheap, and we in the county recognize that, and we've always tried to at least help people through that process. So what we've done is basically started a pilot project,
Yes, ma'am.
and the board funded it, and it's a way for you can apply. It is put on your tax bill, spread over 5 years?
10 years.
10 years,
10
over
years.
10 years. I know we were going back and forth
Yes.
on the time frame. At a little to no interest cost on there. So you pay it when you pay your tax bill. So it goes with the property. If you were to move or sell, or it doesn't stay with you under your name, it stays on the property. But this has been able to allow people to go ahead and get that culvert replacement without having to come out with
With $5,000 or
$3,000 to
$10,000,
$6,000,
whatever it is, yeah.
$7,000 right out of pocket when you're not expecting that type of a thing to happen, because you don't really know your culvert's failed till the rains
it's
kick
too late,
in.
right, yeah.
Yes, and then it's like you start getting hit with code violations.
And Commissioner Hutchinson put it very well. I got to be honest, Eric, it's not that the people don't want to do it, it's the expense.
Sure.
Right.
And it's like anything else in this world. If you're not planning for something like that, how do you get yourself ready? And so I think there's a two-sided element to this, and the first one is just as important as the second, and that's just educating folks. And what we're finding with this culvert assistance program is not only are we going to be able to help people with this financial incentive, but the educational aspect is incredible, because every single person that we talk to, whether they're able to get involved with the program or not, learns. And they learn how important that driveway culvert is and how important over time it is to watch that. And if they see the water clogging, that there's things they can do about it. So we want to help people financially, but I think when you have something like this, the outreach aspect is just as important. So we're finding great success with that. Be honest with you, the phone's been ringing off the hook.
Sure.
We just started the program, and
And it's
people,
I didn't mean to cut
Sure,
you
no,
off,
go
but
ahead,
it's
go
a
ahead.
specific neighborhood, so that way we get more economy of scale, right?
I would say this is a new program that the commissioners have very strongly come to the table to help the residents. So we are knocking out the kinks.
Yeah.
And I think anytime you're dealing with a financial program where you're dealing with tax incentives and tax assessments, it can be a lengthy process. And so a doable thing, but not something like applying for a car loan and you get that car loan the next day and it goes. It takes a little bit of time.
Sure.
So back to your original question, our theory was this. What we would do was we would go to the communities where we're actually doing that pre-mentioned swale maintenance. So the idea is we're in there doing the swales. To get that neighborhood properly drained, makes sense to then talk to those homeowners with failed culverts and say, okay, we've just reprofiled all your swales. It doesn't really do any good unless you fix your pipe. And so it's kind of like a two-tiered system. We come in, we do the neighborhood, we talk to the homeowners, see if they'll work with us. And so far the reception, like I say, has been pretty strong. As mentioned, it is a strong fiscal incentive. Let's say on average a culvert replacement, by the time you replace the driveway and all, it's gonna be about $5,000, typical house culvert. With this program, you can take that and write that off for 10 years. And if you have a mortgage, that basically will come out to about $53 a month added to your mortgage. If you don't have a mortgage, it's somewhere around $600 added to your taxes for the year. So when it comes down to finding that money for that large check, it's certainly a lot easier to put a couple bucks on your mortgage or come up with a smaller $500, $600 price tag at the end of the year and you still get the work done. So that's been the reception. The people have really been waiting for something like this, and we're hoping that this is just the beginning of bigger and better things for the program.
And can I follow up on that? Because
Sure.
I know, Brian, you all have been really good about being creative also in regards to if it's good doing your neighborhoods, like you were saying, if you were going in a neighborhood and profiling all the swells and so forth. If they're able to get a contractor for multiple homes in the area, that too can help cut those costs
No
down
question.
also.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
You know,
get at. It makes
so-
more sense when you're doing the work here. We're
Right.
tearing this up, you know.
Now, at the end of the day,
mobilization
Right.
and everything
I mean, we
else.
can't pick the person
No, we
for them.
cannot.
Yeah.
That's their choice,
Sure.
but we can give them
Some
the options if, you know,
referrals.
hey, you're not the only one on your street we're going to be talking
Right.
to. You know, you might want to talk to your neighbors and maybe you can get a better deal because it's a one-time setup for them to come out and start doing that.
and she's right. You know, the thing is, it reminds me of the way things used to be, because this is very much word of mouth. One person finds out and signs up, and you know what they do? They're out front drinking coffee in the morning with their neighbors, and they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And so what's happened recently is we've got phone calls from people that aren't even in areas we're doing right now. And, you know, my assistant, Lindsay, who's answering all the phone calls, is how did you find out? Oh, my friend lives over here, and they told me I got a packet from the county, so we're totally interested in doing the same thing. So I was telling somebody the other day, it's like, you know, let's say Eric and Jim decided to open up a sports store. And the first week of our opening business, people are walking in left to right, and everybody's saying, oh, I heard this was a great store from my friends. That's probably off to a good start.
Yeah.
And so that's how we're feeling, is that when word of mouth spreads that quickly, it's probably a good and strong product for the county. And so we see it being strong for folks down the road.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just touch back because it goes on to the swells and the importance of the culverts and so forth. A lot of times, you know, people don't, they say 50 years they last. Well, that's questionable. It's not like they say your roof lasts for 20 years, and I've yet to see one go 20 years, but that's, again,
Don't
another
jinx me
story.
now. I'm on 20 years of mine. So.
I am too, but I'm already shopping and looking, going, okay, it's time. But nobody thinks culverts on that one.
Right.
So a lot of times they do end up deteriorating faster, especially when you've got a lot of silt and so forth left in them, and that just compacts and access or quickly
Exacerbates.
Stops
exacerbates,
stops
thank you.
conveyance.
And stops it. So, you know, we've done things for people that go out there and shoot and clean out their culvert for them. But that's something that people should do on a maintenance program within their own home. It's like when you paint your house and the same types of things. So that's something someone can do, is check it. And if you've questionable, call us.
Yes.
And we'll come and, you know, evaluate it and let you know. One thing we won't do is if it looks like it's failing, we're not going to clean it out because it will collapse at that moment.
Correct.
So, and a lot of people don't understand that. There's a, you know,
Sure.
you're at that point, it's already gone.
Yeah, it's
and
too
that's
far
the
gone.
only glue holding it together right now.
And it's a great point, because a lot of times people will look at these pipes and go, I can see through the other end. It's
Yeah.
no problem, but it's really not. It's all rusted.
roots
Well,
and
not only that,
everything
yeah,
else.
and with the
Yeah.
rust holes, dirt's falling in, and eventually what'll happen is all that sedimentation will cause a blockage.
Right.
And so it looks good, but if the water is not cranking through there, it just gets blocked behind.
And like you said too, one of the goals is not just to keep people from flooding, but we want to help the water quality that's
question.
eventually
Right.
ending up in the Indian River Lagoon. So the better we can treat that and keep the sediments from running out. And that's where a lot of those stormwater treatment areas come into play,
Correct.
like Indian Hills, Platts Creek, and we're building a new one in Melville, right?
We're actually
Yeah. Yes.
starting one this week, and we're actually planning a second phase of that project. So yes, it's all about those kind of water quality improvement projects. And you make a great point, Eric, because all this water has to eventually end up somewhere. And so traditionally here at the county, what we tried to do is either just hold that water until things receded, or push it right out to the river. And so the new onus the county's putting together with the support of the commissioners is we're putting together what we call now water quality improvement projects. And the Melville Road projects are a good example of that, where we're not only holding that water for folks so that it stays off their properties, but while it's being held, it's being cleaned. And so over a 21, 28-day period, the water that came in, by the time it goes out and eventually to the river, is much, much less nutrient-driven than it was when it got in there. And at the end of the day, that'll be an immense supporter for the county for two reasons. One, we'll have cleaner water. And let's be real, Fort Pierce and St. Lucie County is a tourist-driven destination. We need clean water. And if there's not clean water, nobody's going to want to come fish here. And so it's immensely important, not only for the residents that come or that live here, but for the folks that come to visit. So we want to make sure the water's clean and healthy. But the same perspective, the county has an onus, and we have been dictated by the state to clean our water.
Right.
And so we are doing immense strides forward to make that happen. And so these are all projects that are going to help not only, like I say, keep the county drained, but the water quality over the next 10 years should be vastly improved because we're making this effort to clean our water.
That's the BMAP stuff we hear about, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Those are government
There's a
jargon.
federal
but-
and
Yes, I
federal
want to be
and
clear.
state
It's not just St.
numbers.
Lucie County.
Everybody.
Every county
Sure.
in Florida has the same onus by the state.
Yeah.
And it's done for good reasons.
Sure.
We want to help clean the water in Florida.
And a lot of it's really unique things, like the Indian Hills. They've got these floating vegetative mats.
Right.
You know,
Correct.
plants use those nutrients, and then we pull the mats up. And
Correct.
there's also the alum, which is a natural ingredient
Yes.
that we inject.
Aluminum
in.
phosphate, which actually it causes those nutrients to convolute and become almost solids, and they fall, and we clean that. All those nutrients never end up into the river.
Yeah.
So you make a great point, and I think a lot of what we're doing is a very natural approach, which is my background. It's an endeavor called living shorelines, and
Yes.
the idea behind a living shoreline is rather than use hardscaped or man-made mechanical things to clean the water, let the things that were here before we were clean it like it did before we were here. And basically we're talking about plants. And so with these Melville Road projects we're talking about and many of the future projects you'll see the county doing, it won't just be a pond. What you'll see is a pond and then gorgeous wetland vegetation around there. And that, again, does two things for the county. One is it beautifies it. People love driving by a beautiful pond with all those colors. But two, those wetland plants are amazing at sucking up those nutrients. And so that's what they do. They go into these waters that are impaired and impacted. They are able to pull out all that nitrogen and phosphorus. By the time the plants are done, the water leaves and it's much more cleaner than it was when it got here. So,
And I know a lot of people worry about when we say you're putting water in places or even in your swells, they want that 2 inches out that you mentioned. And so they're worried about the mosquitoes and stuff. And I will
Yes.
tell you, everyone's well aware of that, and you all work very closely with mosquito control to coordinate and also to give a heads up. And
Yes.
it's common sense. Mosquito control knows if there's been rain.
They do.
So,
Yeah.
so they know to step up and so forth. And 2 days is not usually enough time for mosquitoes to set their larvae and for
No.
them to produce and move out.
And that's the
So-
whole point of the thing, is that yes, you are going to have a little bit of water for a little bit of time.
Sure.
But keep in mind what's happening here is all this water is moving out to the St. Lucie or the 10 Mile Creek and eventually out to the Indian River. And it just takes time.
Yeah.
It just takes time for it to meander. And people who have lived here for a long time, the commissioners, we all know, first day might be a little rough. Second day, it's not quite as rough. And usually by the third day, you're forgetting there was anything there to begin with. And so that's kind of our MO. We, like I said earlier, we don't want every drop of water that hits our county pavement to end up in the Indian River. We would like to have some of that absorbed. And so the idea behind having a little bit of water over time, it'll take a lot more than 2 or 3 days for mosquitoes to become adults. It usually works out for everybody. But, mosquito control works really hard, and there are ways you can help control those mosquito populations.
There's granules you can buy
Absolutely.
yourself and tip and toss your own yards. and
Here's a really good
things like
natural answer I give to people. Just take a little cap of vegetable oil
that. Yeah.
and pour that on top of your swell that's holding water. And what that does, it creates an impermeable layer. What mosquito larvae do is they're in the water, but they need to come up with their proboscis to get the air. You put that little layer of vegetable oil, which is totally natural, and they can't get the proboscis through. And so that also helps control the mosquito population.
good
And that's a
tip.
natural way to do it.
And I like you mentioned the natural shoreline thing, because I remember I was an environmental reporter, and a long time ago in North Carolina, that was a big push.
Yes.
And you don't see a lot of that anymore. There was an environmental group recently on Facebook that shared a thing about blue-green algae, and they showed a picture down in Martin County of the horrible blue-green algae in the water, which looks disgusting. And of course, they were pointing the finger at Lake O and the releases there. But I thought, I'm also looking at these manicured lawns with vegetation that probably wasn't there in the first place. There's no natural shoreline,
Yes.
just a cement wall where
Yes.
all that runoff just goes
Yes.
right into the lagoon. I mean, that's not causing the blue-green algae, but
It's not helping.
it's not helping.
helping.
Yeah, it's not,
Right, and it's the same thing with like our fertilizers and stuff,
That's
no
St. Lucie
question.
County
Blackout
has a
period.
plan that we have, a blackout plan that's already in effect,
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. So,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
have a two-tiered monster here in the county. We have many, many, many manicured lawns, and these are all in developed communities. that-
everyone wants that
Everybody
perfect
wants
view of
it.
the water, so let's not
And
put any trees or anything
I'm not
down.
down on that, but it's like at the end of the day, before we build that development, that's not what it looked like.
Yeah.
And so that's a change. And
Sure.
so, that's one side of it. But the other thing I think you always have to remember is this. Everybody in South Florida along the East Coast is surrounded by agriculture. everything west of us is agriculture. And I don't care if that's sugarcane or orange groves or cattle.
Cattle.
It's all contributing to the nutrients in our waterways. And so we're constantly fighting that battle. As I mentioned, I spent last decade or so working for the Water Management District. And I can tell you, every single day that you drive out to the Everglades, planes overhead, dropping pesticides, dropping herbicides, every day. And so we're fighting a hard fight because as we try to clean out nutrients, they're constantly being spread, and we're constantly trying to keep up with that. So it's a good fight, and the fight can be won, but I think it's important that people realize that it's not problems that we're creating just on our own here. These are problems that we absorb based on our neighbors to the west.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's little things we
But
can do to
I was
help.
going to say, but it's a shared, I think.
Absolutely,
but,
absolutely.
You know, shared responsibility. It's not always just ag.
No.
It's come a long way, as you would recognize yourself, you know, in regards to the BP measures, the BMP measures that they have to take and undergo and so forth. But it's each individual person
I agree.
has a huge responsibility to try to clean it up. You know, if you're going to change your oil, you don't let it run into your yard.
And that's our new
You know, the kind of thing.
slogan in
So-
water quality. We have this thing on our documents that say, you know, do your part to help drain St. Lucie County.
Right.
And so everybody has a little role to play here. And like I say, it's a battle that can be won and has been won in other areas. And so if we just can get ahead of it, which we're doing now with these new projects that the commissioners are helping us out with, we'll be in a good place.
Yeah.
I think there's bright light on the horizon for the county as far as water quality goes.
Yeah, and the last thing before we get into before we wrap up is I know we do get a lot of when we talk about these flash floodings and the 100-year rain events. We seem to have 5 of them in the last 6 years or so. You know, where we get these downpours
Yes.
of 8 inches of rain over a 2-hour
Yes.
period, and people call and say, "Oh, my road's flooded." Well, there's a couple inches. You know, it's still passable. It's not quite impassable.
Yes.
And we're talking to Don West, our engineer. He said, "Well, Eric, that's what the system. First, the
Correct.
water goes to swales, and then when the swales can't handle it, they go to the roads. By doing that, it keeps the water out of people's houses.
Absolutely.
And so when we have these sporadic flash flood events that drop 6 or 8 inches of rain over the course of an hour or two, yeah, I think he said our drainage system and standard is like 4 inches an hour.
We can take 4 an hour. Correct.
So people need to keep that in mind. If we're getting 6 to 8 inches,
And that's a successful drainage system.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, that's
Absolutely.
Without
what people need
clogs,
to remember.
without-
Right.
Yeah.
That
Now,
is
the-
a successful one, is that 4 inches.
The other side of that picture is keep in mind that everything we do drains into a natural area. So that's a little different than some places where it doesn't go straight out to the Indian River Lagoon or out to the Atlantic. So in our case, we also have this tidal influence. And so what a difference it can make if we have a huge storm
tide.
at low tide, no problem.
Yeah.
That same exact storm hits at the high, and what you have to keep in mind is when the river's full, there's nowhere for the water to go. But we have a diurnal tide here, which means there's going to be 2 lows and 2 highs every day. So again, just give it a little time,
Yeah.
it'll go. But again, it's that initial, oh my gosh, it's rising, it's rising, it's rising. It's a little different than some of like the people that deal with flood on the Mississippi and those bigger rivers, where when it rises, it keeps rising until they get inundated. Here, within 6 hours or so, you should see some level of lowering if the rain dissipates because the tidal taking that out. So just keep that in mind when people are thinking about drainage in the county. Although we're doing tons of work for infrastructure for people and communities, eventually it ends up in the Indian River or the St. Lucie River. So we got to work with that body also.
And you know, it's surprising you bring that up. It was amazing to me years ago when I learned that the tidal influence on just the North Fork and coming all the way, and it can reach all the way up to Gordy Road.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've seen that happen.
Absolutely.
We have.
So people don't think just because you live out a little bit to the west of town that the ocean doesn't affect you. It does.
The old Orange
when it
Blossom
comes to-
Mall, right? It's
Orange
like
Blo-
5 and 10 Mile
5
Creek.
Mile Creek, 10 Mile Creek, all of those are affected. Taylor Creek, they're all affected with that tidal increase that comes through. And like you said, if it hits at the right time, at the right moment,
Perfect storm.
and it has,
Yeah.
you know, that's what a lot of it's based on. So.
So Jim, if people want to find out more about
Sure.
the culvert replacement program, how can folks get that?
They can call Eric Gill at our communication. No, actually, the water quality department here at the county, we have somebody on staff 7 to 3:30 every day taking phone calls. We've actually developed a packet, which if people are interested, we'll mail the packet out. It has all the information that they need in regards to facts, documents to fill out, get the process started.
And I know we're working on getting that up on the website too. Once we get the pilot and the kinks worked
Right.
out, we'll be pushing it out a lot more for.
Correct. I think at this point our feeling is we're trying to work with these pilot communities.
Sure.
But if somebody calls, I'm certainly not going to turn them away.
Yeah.
And you know, if they need help and we can provide them that help, then that's what the whole program's about. So We're trying to start small. It's not working out so well for us.
Once you open the gates, the water starts
That's it.
moving.
No pun intended. Right?
Well, thank you. But Commissioner, is there anything else we didn't get to mention?
No, I just want to thank everyone here for letting us get this opportunity to get the word out. Like you said, it's a new program, but that word of mouth, it's gotten bigger.
Yeah.
So just to clear the air, I'm happy to have this opportunity. Thank you.
Well, thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and I hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on the program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. And if you'd like to see previously aired episodes of this or other SLC TV programs, check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/stluciegov. I'm your host, Eric Gill. For myself and the staff, thanks for watching.